Hello, hi guys, welcome to the Two Ducks Podcast. I'm Dr. Ellie here.
And I'm Dr. Ingky, and welcome to the podcast whereby two medical doctors speak on most of the stuff which are slightly non-medical in nature. Alright, so today, episode 101.
101.
Hope you guys enjoyed
last week's episode.
Yeah. That was actually a very, very good episode.
Fantastic. I mean, who would have thought?
An eye-opener.
And who would have thought? Female bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched episode 100,
please go back and watch
wind back. It's all about female bodybuilding.
Yes.
Would you date a female bodybuilder?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. So this week, we got something a bit different. I researched a little bit about this topic. It's a book written by Malcom Gladwell.
Okay.
He's pretty much one of these self-help people, motivator, writes a lot of books, which is actually quite easy to read. So if you guys do not have the habit of reading good books yet, pick one of these Malcom Gladwell books. It's so easy to read. It's kind of like reading a young teenager novel, but you always learn something out from inside it, right? So this is called Tipping Point.
Okay.
Tipping Point. So what is understood about tipping point is pretty much like a scale.
All right.
You know, when you have a scale, right, and they're both balanced, sometimes all you need is just one tiny drop of water and it will just tip the scale and it will go off to the other side.
Okay.
So that's what it means. You only need a little effort to make a very big difference. However, you must be there.
Okay.
To push in that
little bit of
final effort.
Okay.
Last final effort. So he's got a couple of principles inside there. But one of the most significant one, of course, the first one that's significant is when you cross that tipping point, whatever that you want to do or whatever you want to preach or whatever that you're trying to do will just spread like wildfire.
Okay.
For example, I'm sure when you started your Instagram account, what was your tipping point? At which point, right, you went from zero to hero and became viral?
Oh, that was
because you did a lot of effort.
Yeah, that was probably, I would say, 8 months after starting my Instagram and social media.
So 8 months, it was just
8 months just posting stuff.
Posting,
nobody
really
watching.
cares that much.
Nobody
20
watching
viewers, 30 viewers.
Yeah. Then after that, there was a point whereby one of the posts went viral. Then suddenly, boom! It caught like wildfire.
Wildfire, right?
Wildfire, and on top of that, it wasn't just the future things that the future posts that caught. That spread like wildfire. It was all the previous stuff which I did as well.
Oh, the 8 months of effort.
The 8 months of effort whereby nobody watched it. All those went viral as well. Yeah. So there was a tipping point.
That's exactly what tipping point is all about. So whatever that you do, you must have that tenacity.
Okay.
That tenacity, because if you do not have that tenacity, that perseverance, and you quit. Imagine if Dr. Ingky quit.
If I quit.
7 months, 30 days.
Yeah.
He didn't go through the 31st day.
Correct.
He didn't go into the 8th month. And he said, screw it. 8 months, 7 months is damn difficult. No ROI, wasting my time. We're going to shut it down. He would have never gone viral.
Yes.
He wouldn't be where he is today.
Yes,
maybe in a different path. He has to start all over again.
Correct.
And his old post also would have been done for.
Yeah, you would have been done for. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but
that's true.
But how often do most of you viewers and even myself reach that point, when you do something after 1 month, you know ROI, 2 months, 3 months, how long can you hold off?
Correct. No, it's correct. It's correct. Even let's say let's talk about weight loss.
Yes.
All right. Weight loss is actually very common. A lot of people do it. Okay.
Correct.
Now you've made the decision that you want to lose weight. You want to be healthier.
Yeah.
So you eat healthy. You go to you start running. You start doing weights. You start going to the gym. You start playing sports.
You don't lose weight immediately.
Couple months down the line, realize, I struggle through every day. I eat all the salad and I skip all my favorite food. I exercise every day even though I don't like it. And you lost like what? 1 kilo, 2 kilos.
In fact, the first 60 days, you might even put on 1 kilo.
Yes, you might even put on a little bit more weight.
Yeah.
And you realize, you know what? This is a waste of time.
Yes.
And a lot of people end up quitting.
Yes.
Right? Usually after the first 2 months. 2 months. That's why usually in January, right? And maybe a little bit of February, you see a lot of people in the gym.
Yep.
But by March, right, it dies down.
Yep.
It dies down. And that is because they don't push through hard enough.
Correct.
However, if you ask people that have successfully lost a lot of weight, then they'll tell you, I went through like half a year, 6 months, 8 months, even sometimes up to 1 year.
1 year.
Nothing changed, and suddenly one day, pom, I lost all my weight.
It's just overnight.
Just overnight, pop, you lose everything.
Correct. Because even our body has that tipping point. It has to reach a point whereby your metabolism is higher than your consumption, your muscles are growing more than your fat weight. Then your weight loss starts.
Yes,
and
correct.
after that, it's just easy peasy all
After
the
that,
way.
it's just
then
easy all the way.
it's the same story with all these weight loss people. It's easy. It's like magic. And then you hate these people because your first 2 months, nothing happens to
Yes.
you, and these buggers are just flaunting their six pack and telling you it's so damn easy to lose weight.
Yep.
But they have to go through the difficult part before they reach there.
That is right.
So that was one of the very important principles when we talk about tipping points. So if you ever find yourself in a situation, you're doing something, whether it's studying, going for your career, chasing after a guy or girl, there will be a tipping point.
That is correct.
You must be able to hold off and still be consistent before you get a result. But actually, how do we know also, right, at the tipping point whereby it's time to quit also?
So there is a point, right, whereby you might have done it too long. All right, you've done it so long that number one, you burn out. Right, you burn out. Right, you burn out. It means it's no longer something that you really want to strive for. Right, you burn out. Right, and secondly is you've probably done it for so long, but you're not seeing any results. All right, and what you've done is you have seen other people do it for a shorter period of time, but they're seeing results
Consistently.
Right, consistently. Example, you are consistently. Let's not talk about weight loss. I think that's a very bad example. Let's say running a business. All right, you have run your business for past 5 years.
Yep.
And in that 5 years, right, you're not profitable. Your friend ran a business for 2 years, and by the third year started to be extremely profitable. All right. Now you're doing for 5 years already. Should you continuously do it? Right? Should you continue, even though you might have liked the job, but should you continuously do it? Now you have a lot of debts. Do you want to push that 6 year? All right, and incur more debts?
Yeah.
There is sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I've had enough.
Yeah, cut
right?
losses.
You just cut losses, right?
Cut losses.
So of course, no one can actually tell you when the tipping point actually comes.
That's also a form of tipping point.
Yes, that's a form of tipping point. Yeah.
Quitting also has a tipping point.
So no one can actually tell you when to quit or when to stop. All right, you know when to stop.
Yeah.
But don't stop pushing.
Yes.
If you have the energy
Correct.
to do it.
Or you have not exhausted everything
Yes,
yet.
you've not exhausted everything.
You haven't gotten help, you haven't
Yes.
gotten expertise, you
Yes.
haven't gotten people to give opinion
Correct.
and experience how to improve yourself.
Yes, correct.
Because we always feel that when we do something, we're always alone. In actual fact, there are a lot of people out there willing to give you some guidance.
Yeah.
They may not be able to give you the trade secret, but guidance. A lot of us expect trade secrets.
Yes.
Tell me your secret lah. What's the magic formula that you do? You can't, but it can guide you so that you know you're either on the right path or not on the right path altogether. Okay. So second part about the tipping point that's very interesting is that you will have to meet people who are good at different things to help you achieve this tipping point.
Okay.
All right. So he breaks it down to 3 different types of people. One is called the connectors.
Okay.
People who will connect you. They have large social network. Right, and you're gonna leverage on them. One is called the salesman, the one who can drive the idea in really well, and the third one is called the mavens or the gurus, the one who reads a lot, knows a lot, the point of contact for everything inside there. Now, how does it relate back to the tipping point? Is that if you want something to work very well, you need to be connected to all 3 people. You can't work alone, and that's what I said just now. We all think we're in it alone. So you must be able to find someone who knows a lot, but just because he knows a lot, he's a point of reference, doesn't mean he's good at selling the idea to the public.
Yes, correct.
And if you sell to the public, who's going to buy? You don't have the audience. That's why you need all 3. One who knows the stuff, one who knows how to sell, and of course, one who knows the people. It works for everything, whether is it knowledge that you're trying to push out, or if it's a product that you want to sell, or even if it's the Instagram thing that you want to do, or the TikTok things that you want to do. So I think, for example, let's take Dr. Ingky for example. He's the maven. He knows everything inside there first when he first started, because he's an expert in aesthetics and also skin problems. But try to push. Your tipping point was when someone viral.
My tipping point was when someone took my video and reposted on another social network which I wasn't, and then it went viral.
That is a connector.
Yes, that person was the connector.
That person was a connector.
Yes. So everything only gelled together when the connector came in.
And he's also the salesperson.
Yeah, and also I was a salesperson, so I had 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
but I was missing the one.
Correct. So you need all 3 to make your tipping point work. So if you don't have all 3 within you, it's okay. If you're only just 1, it's also okay. I think I started off just as 1. I wasn't very good at sales. Then again, I have to learn. But again, I still need connectors out there. So a lot of us, we lack the connectors.
Yes, correct.
Now he's got all 3.
Now there's all 3.
He's a rolling stone. No more tipping point. Rolling stone. Right. And the third part about the whole tipping point is that you have to make your idea stick.
Okay.
It has to be sticky so people will remember.
Okay. So how do you do that? How do you make an idea sticky then?
I think it all depends what you want to do. Like what a lot of people do for TikTok to get people noticeable is that you do dance moves.
Yes, correct.
You do dance moves or you do something funny, something ridiculous. It's sticky.
True.
People think of that, they think of you. Right? That's just getting you the likes. But after that, if you're talking about information, then you start picking things which are relatable. Relatable. All right? Like I think recently, one of your posts, you were talking about IV drips.
IV drips, yes.
A lot of people know about IV drips.
Yes.
But then not many people know about the problems or the side effects of IV drips. And then you showed one whereby a lady, because we always see IV drips and we see pretty people.
Yes, correct.
Suddenly you see one with hair loss,
yes.
and then liver problem.
Yes, correct.
Oh my God, it sticks in my mind, man.
Yes.
Just seeing her image and with you talking there, I don't even need to see the content. You already know the summary of it. Be careful with all these things. That's another thing that you got to do.
Okay, so let's say I give an example. I want to ask you. Let's say if someone wants to, or someone who's running, let's say a company lah.
Yeah.
All right. Someone who's running company, and they don't have a product that really stick to someone's mind. How do they go about changing it?
I think when someone does not have a product that sticks to someone's mind, they need to find someone who knows how to make it stick to other people.
So they need to find either a salesperson,
or a connector, or an influencer. So influencers are those who are the ones who are connecting people. And I think you can't use one.
Yes.
You have to use as many sticky points as possible.
True.
So the more that you throw out, more sticky bombs you throw out, even if you blindly throw, you want it to stick to people as much as possible, change different direction. So again, I think this boils down to business. When we do advertising, what some people do is that they do one channel of advertisement. Correct. You spend a lot on one channel and you burn all your budget on it.
Yeah.
And
if it doesn't work,
you give up. Because you've already burned a lot of money.
True.
I did that before. In my previous business, we decided to go with an expert advertising firm, and it just tanked. Because we only used one direction. It did not stick enough. It stuck to some. It didn't stick enough. However, these days there's so much more that you could do.
Yes, that's right.
At a more affordable budget.
At a more affordable cost, correct.
Budget. And I think this is again where the challenge of a lot of these advertising companies are facing. They can't charge you 100,000 for an advertising project anymore unless you're a big company. Now with 100,000, you can have how many influencers?
You can have a lot of
influencers.
You have a lot.
Can last.
You can have all the biggest movie stars in Malaysia posting for you. Probably you can have like 30 of them.
Oh really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. For 100K, you can have a lot of them these days. Yes.
Affordability. How do you make it stick?
How do I make it stick? Well, first of all, it's whether someone wants the product or service first. All right, you must create a product or a service.
Create a need, right?
Yeah. So there is something called product market fit. That means, does the market want your service or product?
It doesn't matter whether it's a great product.
It doesn't matter whether it's a great product or not. Whether people actually want it or not. All right. That's number one. Then of course number two, it is the messaging. All right. What message you want to portray. All right, two people can be selling the same sneakers, but one sneaker company is doing much better than the other because one of the message stuck to their head.
Sticky.
Right, it's sticky. So every time the message is stuck to the head, you end up buying. All right. So one of the very popular one, right? All right. If you're Malaysian, you will know. Come Ramadan season, there's only one advertisement on radio. All right. There's only one. Yusof Tayo. Straight away, when you hear that, all right, you know Ramadan is here, Raya is here, time to buy dates. All right.
But you know, for a long time, right? I didn't even know it was dates.
Oh, really?
When I was young.
Okay.
When I was young,
it was just something catchy.
It was something catchy. It was it's so annoying because it just keeps coming out.
Just whispers.
Because they don't even tell you it's dates.
Yes.
They'll tell you the sub brand.
Yes, the different brands. But that is so sticky.
Until today.
Till today, that it is part of pop culture. It's pop culture now. Correct. The moment Ramadan is here, that advertisement comes out. Yes. Right. So you need to create something sticky that people can remember.
I absolutely agree with that. And large advertising firms actually pay researchers to make things stick in your mind.
They pay researchers, they pay focus groups. They have like large focus groups, they ask them questions, they what works, what doesn't work, they take a lot of surveys. Yes.
And that's exactly how McDonald's comes in. There's no meaning to it.
Yes, no meaning.
No meaning to it.
It's meaningless. It's one of those jingles lah. You know, it's meaningless jingles, but it sticks.
Did you know that it was actually part of a song?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah. So the history of Parapapapa is that they engaged Justin Timberlake.
Oh, okay.
To do a music video.
Okay.
But he needs to use the word "I'm loving it." Because "I'm loving it" was
the tagline.
The tagline.
Yeah.
And Parapapa was the ending part of it. And it gelled so well that they decided to scrap Justin Timberlake.
so that they don't have to pay him anymore. They just use the last one.
They had a good deal.
Good deal.
I think they paid him $2 million to perform just for that short advertisement, that 30 seconds MTV advertisement. But they didn't give him any profit sharing.
Oh.
And from his advertising, their sales shot 8 times.
Oh my God.
8 times. If he had even 5% or 1%, he would have laughed his way to the bank.
Man.
Yep. Plus, they got the Parapapa out of him free.
Nice. Nice. They
Shrewd, right?
Like, damn.
Shrewd, man, I tell you. And if for you guys who want to know more about McDonald's history, there's a movie, right?
Yes, there is a movie.
By
Ray Kroc. That's actually a very good movie.
What is it called?
I don't remember the name of the movie, but yeah, it's a very good movie.
It's a very good movie to teach you about the history of how McDonald's how it started, and how they are where they are today.
Yes, correct.
Anyway, coming back. So Tipping Point is something really worth reading. I think it won't take you more than a couple of days to finish. If you're a slow reader, if you are a fast reader, it just take a couple of hours.
I think that simple. And I think if you don't like to read, so I think you can go online and look for audiobooks.
You can actually look for audiobooks.
Yeah,
right. but it's already such a short book. The audiobook is also going to be very short.
Which is good. A lot of people don't have time these days. Yeah, you can just listen to audiobook when you're running or something. I'm sure you'll be able to absorb a lot of stuff.
Yeah. However, I think most of them must pay nowadays.
Yeah.
But still worth the subscription.
It's worth the subscription.
All right. So if you guys have encountered this book called The Tipping Point by Malcom Gladwell, or if you have any other books by him that you would like to recommend others, drop us a comment down below. In the meantime, also subscribe to our podcast. We are also on Spotify, Apple Music,
Amazon as well.
Amazon now, yeah. So we are everywhere right now. They invited us actually.
Yeah, good. That's very good. Okay. Hopefully, sponsorship coming soon.
Right. So this is signing off on episode 101 of the new year, and I think episode 102 we can do something special for one of our viewers. They actually asked us on a topic which we would then create into a podcast for you. Bruce, thanks a lot. All right, so we're signing off this week. I'm Dr. Ali here.
And I'm Dr. Ingky, and have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.